This is Guys Naming Dudes, where us guys reflect on the dudes who only the streets remember. And we hope you'll remember them too. Today is unofficially the asshole edition.
Yeah.
Which is, I found to be a weird kind of, like, I had never really thought of this, but most of the dudes we name are good guys.
Yeah.
You know, and they're humble, and they like the career that they had, the mild success that they had. Today is not that day. Today is the day to celebrate assholes. Like, just the worst. Dickheads. Okay. What?
Okay.
Do you think your guy's not an asshole anymore?
No, I don't think
we're starting with you.
Yeah, we're starting with me. So here's like...
We're going to go progressively more asshole.
Okay, I don't...
Because Braden says he's got the biggest. So.
Okay. Mine is
in Guys Naming Dudes, not in anatomy real life. Although I wouldn't put it past him.
But my guy was... Here's the thing. I don't know if it was... I would say the media probably thought that he called him an asshole at one point in time for sure, just because of antics. But to me, it's just kind of like that playful, how you'll be like, he's kind of an asshole. Like you don't mean it in a sense, just off of the things that
I don't mean it.
That I'll explain that part. My guy is for sure, I'm going to say, I think the nicest out of the bunch.
Okay.
But... we have a guy that I know for sure Braden does not know.
Okay.
I'm going to say that.
That's a good start. That's a good start for Braden in this one.
I asked a little bit about sports historian just because I need to know.
Hoping to God that you would know this.
Know something.
Who played the 90s.
But he did. So I guess it is from the world of baseball. And the reason I'll at least give you that is because what you can do in the world of baseball is play over a lot of decades. Sure. And that's what this player did.
A lot of them.
Okay. A lot of them.
2 is pretty good. That's
started. Yeah. Well, this player played in 3.
Wow.
Started in 84.
Okay.
Last played 01.
It's a good run.
Right? It's not a Vince Carter run, but because Vince Carter played in 4 different decades.
Yeah.
So, which is kind of epic. But in those decades, he played for 4 teams. 3-time All-Star.
Okay.
87, 90, and 94. So it's spread out a bit over his career, but still 3-time All-Star. World Series champion. Not a 1, but 2-time Cy Young Award winner.
Okay, all right.
85 and 89.
Okay.
Okay.
American League?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I know who he is.
He's a World Series MVP.
Oh.
Gold Glove Award winner, and also led the entire MLB in wins in 89.
Did he have a prostitute scandal?
I don't think so. Unless you know something about it that I don't, though.
Does he have a name? Does he have a last name similar to mine?
I mean, they start with the same letter.
Okay, because I narrowed it down to 2 people, so it's not Dave Stewart.
No.
But it's someone with that same first name.
No, not same first name.
What?
Wait.
As Dave Stewart?
Yeah, no, it's not Dave.
Okay. I thought it was Dave Steve.
No.
He had 2 Cy Youngs and a World Series MVP, and he's not in the Hall of Fame.
He's not in the Hall of Fame.
That's crazy.
He's in the Team Hall of Fame. He also was an American.
That long?
He's also an American League ERA. He led the American League in ERA in 89. He pitched a no-hitter in 91.
You got to know this, man.
And he's a part of the Team Hall of Fame of one of the teams. The thing that
because Dave Steve was known as kind of a dick.
He's small again. Like I don't think this guy. Like when I was just asking if we're all doing assholes was because I was like, oh, I found this little tidbit thing he did. I think he's more of just kind of like a I can't believe he did that like locker room guy. But when he was with the Mets, which was the second team that he played for. In 93, there was a point where he was hiding in the locker room, or I guess like around, and he had a super soaker or a water gun filled with bleach, and he was squirting the media with it, and then denied that he was a part of it, and like through apparently reading like had to the point of where like he was like had like an outburst one day of like why does everybody keep asking me about it, only to admit that it was him. eventually later. And he donated a whole day's pay to the charity of the Baseball Writers Association's choice because of it. Also, that same year,
1 day's pay.
He threw off firecrackers behind Andre Young while the media was interviewing him there, and it got him suspended for 4 games that he had to serve the next season.
Okay, so he won the Cy Young in 89 is one of them, I'm guessing.
Yeah, the other one was 85 when he was the World Series MVP too. He was only 21 when he did that.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure.
What was his? Can you give me what his third team was?
His third team was the Colorado Rockies for a postseason that did not go well. Then he finished his career with the Boston Red Sox.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. Okay, Brett Saberhagen. Yeah.
It is Brett Saberhagen.
Yeah.
Dude could
I didn't know he was that much of a psycho. Huh.
I didn't know that either until yeah. But I think it's on the minimal side because everything else, like I was trying to look and I was like, I found that. So he's like a minimal, but like the media for sure is probably like that asshole Brett Saberhagen.
Yeah.
But
Brett Saberhagen.
The thing that I found, Braden, you brought up about him not being in the Hall of Fame. The thing I found is when it was time for him to come up for nomination, or at least this is according to Wikipedia. He said that if he were nominated, he wasn't going to attend until Pete Rose was allowed in. So he did not get enough votes to stay on the ballot. And that was it. Just the one shot. And it hasn't been long enough since he quit playing for him to come back around for the veteran ballot or whatever.
He's not a Hall of Famer. He had a good peak, though.
He did.
Certainly.
As a
career,
I mean,
by the time he's with the Mets, if I'm not mistaken, it's going downhill.
He was injured a lot with the Mets, but the thing is, he won. Where was it at? For his career, 167, 117, 334 ERA.
Yeah.
1,715 strikeouts.
Maybe the best Pedro Martinez game ever was started by Brett Saberhagen. 99 ALDS Game 5. Saberhagen got lit up. It was 8-5, I think, after like 3 innings. And Pedro came in, threw 6 no-hit innings to close out the game when he was injured. And the Red Sox won it and somehow beat the Indians. Had no business beating
his
them.
Comeback with the Red Sox was limited for injury, but it did say that in 98, he went 15-8 and ended up winning the Sporting News Comeback Player of the Year award.
Good for him, man. Good for him.
Yeah.
That's a nice foray. It's a slow start into the dickishness. Yeah. I'm about to ramp it up a little bit.
Here we go.
Oh!
Brett Saberhagen.
Brett Saberhagen car. What year is that?
The 90, I think.
They're probably right around
I told
90.
Cam, I was digging through just baseball cards to find more stuff to put back here on the wall, and I was like, this is the perfect way to find, dudes. The only thing is it's just super old, so. But, yeah.
Brett Saberhagen.
Also, sorry.
Go ahead.
I thought we would have enjoyed this last little bit. In the late 90s, he also supervised the construction of Brett Saberhagen's Hittin' Fun, an indoor sports center and arcade which combined batting cages, laser tag, and other amusement facilities in Babylon Village, New York.
So that just tells me, more so than just a dick, he was just like never grew up. Like, you know what I mean? Like the Super Soaker, the firecrackers, and he's like, you know what I should do with my money? Which is not a bad thing. Of be like, let's make a Hittin' Fun first for me and my buddies to do, and then for kids.
And then we'll have, and then Royals Hall of Fame member, of course.
Yeah. I'll give you another. This guy is another Red Sox from around that same time.
Okay.
This is also hit or miss as to whether Braden will know this one. But he was too much of like a comical / kind of serious dick to not bring up in this one. So this guy played from 93 to 06, did win a World Series with the White Sox in 05, couple of all-star teams, obviously long career there, and just had some weird controversies, some pretty sad controversies, but a couple of really weird ones, including not believing in dinosaurs because they were not mentioned in the Bible.
Hold on. Okay,
calling the great Boston Globe columnist Dan Shaughnessy, or referring to Dan Shaughnessy as Nick Cafardo's or Gordon Nees' curly-haired boyfriend.
When did he play? What did you say?
He played from 93 to 06. He played for 9 teams in 14 years.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Just a classic around that era of too good not to have on a roster, but too much of a dick to stay another more than 2 years. I did play for the Rangers, 2 seasons with the Rangers in 02 and 03, if that helps you.
02. Okay, hold on.
Okay.
No. Keep. I'm sorry. I said hold on.
One of his best years was with the Red Sox in 2000. He had 34 homers. He made the All-Star team, and famously, or infamously, depending on what team you root for, broke up a Mike Mussina perfect game with 2 outs in the 9th inning and 0-2. He singled to center field. Mussina almost was 1 pitch away from throwing a perfect game at Fenway. But I'll get into some of his controversies first.
He never played for Cleveland, did he?
He did not. Nope.
Okay.
The Boston fans welcomed him at first, but their enthusiasm cooled somewhat after he was suspended for 10 days for bumping into umpire Ron Kulpa. The next year, he was fined for grabbing his crotch while yelling at Seattle Mariners pitcher Jamie Moyer after hitting a home run. Oh, man. Yeah, it was actually 2001 where he broke up the perfect game. I'll apologize.
I know all of these sound familiar, and I'm so blanking on the guy right now.
Yeah.
What position?
So, outfield,
Okay.
DH, last center field. He was nicknamed Jurassic Carl because of his non-belief in dinosaurs.
Carl Everett?
Carl Everett, baby. Just kept hanging around, decent enough hitter, right? But such an asshole. Okay, let's get into some of his other controversies.
Okay.
So he frequently got into altercations with umpires during his career. Now, obviously there are going to be disagreements with umpires, but the guys who have a reputation for it are always dicks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the ones who do it for 10, 12 years, and that was Carl Everett, big time. Let's see. Yeah, longest suspension was when he bumped into Culpo, which we talked about. He was suspended 10 games, fined $5,000 for that. Says he thrived on being hated, blah, blah, blah. Had obviously controversial remarks about homosexuality, as we would probably deduce from his thoughts on dinosaurs. And said that one time if he ever had an openly gay teammate, he would consider retiring or at the very least, quote, setting him straight. So, yeah, that's a good way to go about it. In 1997, he temporarily lost custody of 2 of his children when a worker at Shea Stadium noticed his 5-year-old daughter was covered in bruises. A family court judge found enough evidence to suggest child neglect on behalf of Everett and his wife, the latter of whom inflicted excessive corporal punishment on the children that Everett did not stop. The Everetts never admitted to abuse or neglect, and a settlement was reached that they could be reunited with their children after undergoing therapy. In 2011, Everett was arrested at his home in Tampa on charges of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and tampering with a witness, that witness being his wife of 18 years and holding a gun to her head. Held at $5,500 bond, no violent contact order, and the wife asked for his release so that he could take care of their 3 children. And in September 2011, which again, that's 5 months after this incident, he was arrested again for assaulting a family member. So, all-time not good person. Classic case of an athlete who just keeps getting chances because he's just good enough. Not a superstar, but just good enough. Yeah,
yours might be
202
worse
career
than mine.
homers. Fucking 14 years in the league. Total fucking piece of shit.
I feel bad for Brett Saberhagen. I mean, he was just shooting people with bleach.
Oh yeah. Man. They might have overlapped. Did they overlap? Was Saberhagen on the team in 2000 still? I think
he was. That's the last team he played for. He played for the Red Sox from 97 to 01. He was in the.
Oh man.
I'm gonna look. I'm gonna. Okay.
Fucking great. Jurassic Carl, baby. Anyway, while you're looking at that, Braden seems to have the biggest asshole.
No, I think you have.
that.
I think you have me beat now.
Did we? Fine. Go Eds. Go Eds. You had hinted at what this person was accused of.
Yeah.
And I said, well, Carl Everett's close to that. He held a gun to his wife's head. He or his wife, or probably both, beat their children. By the way, what a fucking nightmare for those kids, man.
Yeah.
I mean, your dad is, I would say, worshipped because obviously most pro athletes are, pampered quite a bit. But I guess it was pretty well known that Carl Everett was not a fun guy. Anyway.
Just real quick, sorry. There is overlap, and I was just going to get it in before we got into Braden. There's a Sports Illustrated article from around that time that's called Mighty Mouth, A Man of Many Strong Opinions. Boston center fielder Carl Everett speaks loudly and carries a big stick.
His best season.
Yeah.
So they're like, man, what a guy. What an interesting guy.
Brett Saberhagen is quoted in the article, and it says, I guess I'm the brave one, right-hander Brett Saberhagen says. I sit next to him on the bus. Carl can talk to me and carry on a conversation on his cell phone at the same time. That's talent.
That's the nicest thing he had to say about him.
So that's Brett Saberhagen. That's a dude.
Put the two loonies together. It's a dude on dude.
Carl Everett might have not liked me saying it like that. But
take that, Carl. Dude on dude. What are you gonna do about it?
I just want to say, before we started, you had us go around and rate on a scale of 10, like how bad our dudes were, and you said yours was an 8 out of 10.
Right, but did you remember what I said as a benchmark? I gave 10 as being Ray Caruth. So at that point, he's like an 8. Ray Caruth, Aaron Hernandez, OJ.
Okay. Yeah, that's a 10 then. So my guy, he kind of had I don't know. It's kind of
the bar is high, man. The bar is really high.
He had a sad career.
Baseball.
Okay.
This is what we do with dudes.
Yeah, we kind of
baseball clean sweep today.
Sport,
which baseball does have a lot of dicks, to be fair.
That is true.
Because of the money that's thrown around.
And they have massive rosters on teams too.
That's true.
Wait, did your guy play on the same team as ours? Did we have a connection?
No.
Oh, that would be funny.
He did play for the Rangers though.
Okay.
So he was drafted in 99 for a team he did not play really any minutes for, even in the minor leagues.
Gotcha.
Innings. I get what he was saying though.
Yeah. I have soccer on the brain.
Oh shit! Euros, which we'll talk about next week, or this week, depending on when you're listening to this. Depending on when I put this out,
or a couple weeks ago,
or it happened. Yeah, it already happened.
So,
wait, sorry. Before you keep going, because this has come up before. Is this a dude you have a personal connection with?
Yes, I do.
Oh, hold on. Is this the guy?
Hell yeah.
That you got the autograph from?
I had this guy's autograph.
All right. Okay.
But that's not the coolest autograph you got that day.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll get there.
Yeah. No. I didn't want to. Okay.
So in 2001, so at this point he had been in the minors, but only played for 2 years. His mom and his dad, they quit their jobs to live off their son's minor league contract.
I already know who it is, actually, I think.
And in February, he and his mom got in a car accident.
Yep.
And while in the hospital, he became addicted. I don't know what drugs it were, but the drugs.
Was he drafted pretty highly in 99?
Yes.
Like,
in fact, number
like
one overall.
1-1?
Number one overall.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I know
this guy's had his troubles, but Carl Everett's more of a dick.
Yeah. Well, 2019 he did get indicted on
he's not,
child abuse.
he's not.
Yeah, here lately
not great.
It's been bad.
Truly, yeah.
But yeah, no, I know who it is.
It's
too.
a former MVP.
Yeah,
2010.
2010 MVP.
That's Josh Hamilton.
Josh Hamilton.
It is.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah, and like what's funny about the Hamilton career is like it's like the classic too good to be true. Like, it was such a good comeback story, right? Like, he has this crippling drug addiction, gets him out of baseball, makes a great comeback, starts with the Reds, Rangers take a shot on him, and it takes off, man. He has the great home run derby performance, doesn't win the home run derby, but has the 28 homers at Yankee Stadium. It's a big deal, wins the MVP, turns the franchise around. And then from there, it's downhill. Big money with the Angels, doesn't work out. And back into drugs, abuse, like not good stuff, man.
But Zach teased it earlier. In 2013, I think this was his first year with the Angels.
Oh, you got it when he was. I thought that maybe you got it at That makes sense then that it would be when he was playing with the Angels.
Because before the game, when we went out to lunch with,
like, that's a pretty good at the time. That's a great autograph duo. You've got an
MVP.
MVP.
Well, we got to quit. He hasn't told it yet.
We went out to lunch, and they're like, the kids we were with was like, I mean,
We
I
only knew
like
the
Josh
other guy.
Hamilton. I just hope he can stay off the drugs. And for the longest time, that's all I really knew about Josh Hamilton, is that he had some affiliation with drug use. But we get to the
Kind
game.
of like a dare officer.
Yeah.
What?
I said he's kind of like a dare officer.
Yeah, I didn't know anything
Just
about
some
him.
affiliation with.
But we get to the game.
He's a fucking pharmacist. A loose
And-
affiliation with drugs, narcotics.
And we just got, I think I got that day, I think I got Jose Altuve's autograph, Mike Trout's, and Josh Hamilton's.
2 out of 3
Damn.
ain't bad.
Yeah, but I mean, think at the time, you're like, shit.
Well, no, I was talking.
I've got 2 young stars
and Jose Altuve.
and Josh Hamilton.
At the time, Altuve,
Altuve was probably the least known of all.
Yeah.
of
I
them.
was just trying to give a finger to the
Yeah.
Astros.
You know.
Um,
That was Lastros days, big time.
Yeah.
Is that
was.
how you got there? You just like were able to buy good tickets and get close to the dugout or something?
yeah, well, we had batting practice access.
That's sick.
Because
dude.
back in the day, my dad was a church. He wasn't a minister, but he was pretty high up in the church. And he had contacts in the Astros organization.
Damn.
So we used to
That's
get
cool.
tickets behind home plate, batting practice, a lot.
At least there was a redemption arc for Josh Hamilton. That doesn't make the
Yeah.
things that he's done since good,
No, but he had.
but at
one in
least
his-
there was no Carl Everett redemption
that
arc.
home
No.
run derby.
Really, no Brett Saberhagen, although less of a dick, but
yeah.
no redemption arc for
Again,
him.
like we
afterwards,
started
you know
at
what I
like
mean?
a 1, like a 2, and then we just amped up to like.
Yeah, it's like kind of like a
Yeah.
roller coaster, you know.
Yeah, I just want. I'm the little
Up
like
up the hill.
up the gate.
Can you give us the rest of the Josh Hamilton
Oh, yeah, sorry.
controversies the way because I would feel unfair if we did it to Carl Everett and not Josh Hamilton.
So yeah, you got drugs and alcohol, and then 2019, he was arrested, and charged with a 3rd-degree felony, injury to a child, being accused of assaulting his oldest daughter.
It was like a teenager, right? Does it say in there?
No, it doesn't say.
Yeah, I think she was like 16, but like it almost makes it more crazy, you know.
In
Not actually, I
April-
shouldn't say that. No child abuse is more crazy than the other, I guess. But
In April, he was indicted on the charge, which carried up the sentence of up to 10 years in prison. And then in February of 2022, he pled guilty to unlawful restraint of a child, which is just a misdemeanor. Year probation, fine $500, 20
Good
years
lawyers.
of community service.
good fucking lawyers.
And the charge will be dismissed against him if he satisfies the probation requirements.
Like it never happened.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, I think that'll teach him a lesson. I think that will. Damn, man. He had 4 homers in the game. Does it say
He
that?
did 5 for
Yeah.
5, 4 homers.
In Baltimore?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Was that the game that they won
that
like
right?
30-3?
I don't
That
think
I
it was the same game.
don't know.
No, but the poor
The
Orioles
27
there
run
for a
save.
while were. It's nice to see them. I mean, granted, they could do.
They're
better
pretty
in the
good,
post-
man.
They could do better in the postseason.
Pretty
but
good, but yeah.
No, they were a while where they were just.
Oh, wait.
bad.
I noticed this because I remember this happening. I noticed this in his Wikipedia article. In 2011, on July 7th, during a game at Rangers Ballpark, a 39-year-old firefighter died
Yeah.
while
I
catching a
remember that.
foul ball tossed in the stands by Hamilton. And it
That's
was what?
awful.
It
Damn.
was. It was the third
I
incident.
remember now that you say that. I remember that.
Yeah, no, it was at the.
That was the
radio station
third
or
time that it happened at Rangers Ballpark.
Where was that in the
It was
ballpark?
out in. I don't remember if it was like
'Cause
left
I know
field or
Toronto
left
did
center.
Nets, but
So it was before. Like it was. So there used to be like there was a wall, like the outfield wall,
Uh-huh.
and there was like a gap between where the stands were and then where the wall was.
so like past the digital scoreboard and left, going towards the grassy knoll in center field.
Kind of like, you know how it was like, because I'm trying to remember, because it was before they turned it into the digital scoreboard. So it was like
Oh.
the scoreboard, and they had like the fence over like the scoreboard kind of out and left. I'll have to pull it up. Anyway,
That's gonna be. Wait a minute.
it's
but that's
not
gonna
like
be a
it's like
huge
left
drop,
center kind
though.
of. It is. No, I mean it's pretty well. Like what happened was
Fuck
is he
me,
went to
man.
toss the ball back to him, and when he went to like grab it, it like toppled over, and yeah.
Like no excuse for what Hamilton's done since, but that's an awful thing to have on
Mhm.
your conscience, man. Fuck. Well, that was guys naming dudes. One overgrown kid and Two dicks to varying degrees.
Mm-hmm.
That was guys naming dudes.
We are Rogue Media Sports.